Margaret Sheehan joins us, Executive Director of Teachers Treasures. KK Byland is here, Vice President of Human Resources of the American College of Education. Well, they talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room you can't avoid. Let's talk about this massive donut you have here.
Well, you know, it's funny. After 5 years of doing a donut dash, every time you see something that has a donut on it, you're like, gotta
have it.
Alicia Van Rensburg, who runs this race for us, runs it, organizes it. She's on staff, but she has donuts on her fingernail polish today. So wherever we can put donuts,
all right. That's a level of dedication.
We celebrate it.
So is this run. Important cause we'll get to in a second. Let's talk a little bit of the details of the event. You are sold out, but what have you learned in the last 5 years? From start to now in terms of executing it?
So many things. Certainly, Randy Allis helpful this month with the good weather.
Randy Allis helpful.
He's our honorary chair.
There's a concept.
So we believe that he was probably instrumental in getting the weather to be very nice this
That's
week.
the one thing that will influence his 8-day forecast is donut.
I think one of the best things that we've learned, though, is to involve more teachers from around the state, and that's why we're here anyway, with Teachers Treasures being a free store for teachers. And also, that's what American College of Education celebrates, too. But we love having more teachers come so that they know we're behind them.
Sure.
And that all these dollars that we get from this event raises money for us so we can get them more product for those kids.
So why is it so important for you? Just, I mean, it seems like a really dumb question, Trace, but as I go third person, but I mean, it's really vital for you to be a part of this, right?
It is. So American College of Education exists to remove barriers for our students, and the vast majority of our students are educators. And that's a perfect alliance with Teachers Treasures and their mission. So aligning our missions is a perfect fit. So
expand on barriers.
So barriers, particularly as it relates to Teachers Treasures, is the cost of school supplies. That's a huge barrier for educators. And so if we can get school supplies in the hands of those who need it, then that's, you know, a barrier that we can remove for those teachers, which also removes those barriers for those students who need them vitally.
And the need for supplies is not just constant, but the vast array of supplies is massive too, right?
Yeah, it's such an interesting situation because when we were kids, we didn't know that there were problems like this.
Right.
And the sadness is that the problem is not just at the beginning of the school year. We really, like, the reason we do this February thing is to remind people that this is a year-round problem, that kids do show up. Kids are transient in nature, too, because of what happens with their caregivers that move them from place to place.
Right.
They might show up tomorrow at a different school with absolutely nothing, and we don't want our teachers to have to spend their own money. So this race elevates that message. It allows us to raise a lot of money, which for every dollar we receive, we're able to distribute $15 in free school supplies.
Oh, wow.
So it's a huge opportunity to really leverage everybody's support.
And I've been to the facility, I guess you want to call it, because Wish TV, it was very active in volunteering. I wasn't smart enough to volunteer on the same day as my coworkers did, so I went the next day. I was there all by myself. But I was stuffing some envelopes with I was cutting out letters and put it in, and just to soak in, like, oh yeah, like you said, took it for granted that, you know, a box of pencils or just the ability for teachers to stock their classrooms without dipping into their own pockets and budgets and things like that. So
that's why we're doing it.
So people can't participate because you're sold out, which is a fantastic problem to have. But where would you like people to go to learn more about Teachers Treasures, to learn more about the American College of Education, and maybe they'll be ready for the next event?
Well, teacherstreasures.org is a website that has all sorts of ways that people can volunteer or donate money or donate product, because we take that all day long. We repurpose and redirect stuff from businesses all the time. And so that is a great place, I think, again, to look to see how you can help with your business or with your dollars or stuff that's sitting around your house. We really welcome that. I know. Everything's donut. I know.
It's
This is how Randy does the forecast, I think.
You should
wave that magic wand.
The big thing this year for the runners, we are doing
cool t-shirts.
we're doing a great T-shirt, but we're also doing a donut medal. Thanks, KK.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty darn cool, and we're glad everything's in the country now. I was mentioning this last time we were here that they were on a slow boat from China. They're here, and then also we're recognizing all of our sponsors with a very clever way.
That is very cool. That really is
we
going to
do things
stand out on the
differently.
wall.
Yeah,
That's
we have
awesome.
fun. We have
We'll
fun.
make sure we put all the links on IndyStyle.
Thank you.
Congrats on being sold out. That's
Well,
terrific.
again, thank you, Randy Allis. I'm sorry. He's the guy.